learning from failure. We want to look at learning from failure. The secret of life is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. Get up one more time than you have fallen. If you have fallen 10 times, get up 11 times. You have fallen 12 times, get up 13 times. You have fallen 20 times, get up 21 times. Somebody tried an experiment for 10,000 times, failed before he got it right. 10,000. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. When you take risks, you learn that there will be times when you succeed and there will be times when you fail, and both are equally important. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. That's Winfrey Oprah. Failure is another stepping stone, what? To greatness. Go and read about the story of Oprah Winfrey, and you find that she simply flipped her failure and transformed it into extraordinary success. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something. But I cannot accept not trying. Michael Jordan. I can accept failure because everyone fails at something anyway. We all fail at different things. But I can't accept not trying. Michelle Obama said, failure is a part of the process. You just learn to pick yourself back up. That's all. So failure is a part of the process. It's a part of the process of success. Just pick yourself up and dust yourself. And like someone also said, success is moving from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And I failed yesterday, so what? Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fail. And it is the uninitiated, the one who has never succeeded at anything really, that will laugh to scorn those who are going through their failures. Those who have succeeded in life, they congratulate you when you have failed. They're welcome on board. That's your baptism. Now can we get started? Okay? Children have a lesson adults should learn. To not be ashamed of failing, but to get up and try again. Most of us as adults are so afraid, so cautious, so safe, and therefore so shrinking and rigid and afraid it is why many humans fail. Most middle-aged adults have resigned themselves to failure. That's just a portion of it. That's the way it is. They're poor because they've accepted it. Each time they try to get up, something pushes them down. Each time to get up, something pushes them down. And they just resign themselves to it. They don't try one more time. We need to accept that we won't always make the right decisions, that we'll screw up royally sometimes. Understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, is a part of success, will put us on the right footing. When we give ourselves permission to fail, we, at the same time, give ourselves permission to excel. Okay? When you try and you give yourself room, I can even fail. It's okay for me to fail. The truth is, that's when you really begin to excel. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. You have struggled at it, and suddenly you let go. Not knowing that success was just at the next corner. Success was awaiting you at the next turning. Many have given up just too quickly. It's time to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Bill Gates. It's fine to celebrate success, or it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. The greatest glory in living.
We dropped out. And your sister is still in the hospital.
The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. And there's no innovation and creativity without failure anyway. And that is why what we are doing, we are not afraid to fail. But we are always looking out for the lessons to learn. So when we try a new product, the feedback will tell us where it is weak, and quickly we amend it. And we've come up with master products. As we're sharing the Ebony on Wednesday, it helped us to even refine it. Because somebody asked the question, what happens if the owner passes away and we bequeath it to the successor, benefactor, and we say they cannot realize it until 10 years, and yet the tenure that is remaining is less than 10 years. We didn't look at that originally. But that question helped us to quickly refine the T and C's again, to say that, yes, 10 years, or the remaining span, the lifetime of the tenure of the investment, whichever is lower. Okay. So if the remaining tenure is lower, instead of 10 years, if 10 years is lower than the remaining tenure, then it must be 10 years. So it helped us to qualify it and put the English correctly. So there are no failures, just experiences and your reaction to that experience. There are no failures. So we don't fail. We don't fail. Either we win or we learn. So what do you learn? So it's more important, the lessons are more important than the event that we call failure. The event that we call failure is just what I may call a blip, an incident on our journey to success. So in closing this session, I want to say to us, what our response to fear of failure, what should be our attitude to fear of failure, because fear of failure itself is what has immobilized a lot of people, not even the failure itself. Don't fear failure. Not failure, but low aim is the crime. People, because they don't want to fail, they aim very low. They set low what? Targets for themselves. That is the crime. That's what I talked about, the enemy called average. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. In great attempts, I decided that I want to scale a wall of about 5 meters. That's what I put for myself. And I end up scaling only up to 4.9 meters. So I have failed. But I have done better than the one who set 1 meter as target and jumped it. Of course, I have jumped higher.
But to that particular person, he has succeeded.
That's his enemy now. That's what it's called about, the enemy called average. So he now begins to wallow a pride that he succeeded. But he just jumped only 1 meter. I jumped 4.9. And now I'm still striving for more.
That's his own definition of success.
That's what I'm saying. That is why, because he's afraid to fail, he has set so low a target that he ends up a mediocre. So that is the definition of success, is mediocrity. Yes. Those are not record-breaking successes. Those are not such that is worth recording by anyone. Okay? The one who fails and gets up is stronger than the one who never tried. Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. Do not fear mistakes. You will know failure continue to reach out. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. One who fears failure limits his activities. And that's what we just said. If you are afraid that if I set the target too high, I won't make it, therefore I set a low target, you already limited your own potential. You have caged your own ability to reach for the very top.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes, please.
What if in an instance where, as a beginner, of course, you can't just aim that high immediately. You have to, have a particular aim that you're aiming at. So from there, you try, going higher and higher. What about in such instance?
Yes, you are right. That is why we talk about SMART goals. You must set SMART goals. We're talking about goals now. Your goal must be specific, must be measurable, it also must be achievable. Okay? It must be realistic, it must be time-bound, and it must be stretching. It should stretch you. So, if you are a beginner, you start with goals that also stretch you beyond the beginner's level. You cannot say because you are a beginner, you begin to, let's say you want to, I don't know what I may use now, you want to learn to jump. And they say because I'm a beginner, you say let me jump 1 foot. Of course, you just stretch your leg over it. Even while you are eating biscuit, you can put your leg over the 1 foot now. Mm-hmm. So is that what you want to test yourself with? Of course, no. You put it to 1 meter.
According to your ability or
Your ability is no ability. That's no ability. If it's 1 foot you want to jump, that's no ability.
No, that's what I'm trying to say, that you do it according to what you feel that when you do this particular thing, that you are proud of yourself. It's not as if you limit yourself because you're a beginner. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Yes. Set yourself a target that you'll be proud of.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Something that you congratulate yourself for. So that's being realistic, but without limiting yourself. Mm-hmm. So it's stretching. It pushes you beyond. It must take you out of your comfort zone, but not so much that you yourself you don't even believe in, and therefore you don't try. I mean, you want to jump. You are not able to jump a gutter. You want to jump the lagoon. How do you want to jump the lagoon? How do you want to cross the lagoon jumping when you cannot even cross a gutter? So it must be something that when you've done it, you look back, you pat yourself because it stretches you a little. It strengthens your muscles. So it pushes you beyond your comfort zone. Yes. So that is it. But many are afraid, and so they limit themselves. And so they start drinking their own bath water, using your own words.
Okay.